Yo, what's good with you in today's video? I got the what's it called? The how to make a tower sorry, I forgot. How to make a tower defense game. This is part 7 to the series and stuff. I'm gonna start taking note of everything and stuff that I do, so I'm gonna just show it to the beginning of the video so you guys know what to expect. So I just want to clarify, all of the stuff will not be shown in this video. The reason for that is because I've done that. As you can see, I've made improvements to the wave system and stuff, but then I've also created the trade system. The trade system, obviously, as you guys know, is on the main, that's on like the other place, the lobby, right? While all this other stuff, the wave system is in its own place. It would be too much for me to create the UI, make the script changes, then go back, because the trading UI, it's like a lot of stuff. Pretty much the video would be like 40 minutes long. I didn't want to do that. I thought it'd be best to just break it up, like just do like a 10-15 minute video showing you guys improvements to the wave system, and then make part 8 about the trading system. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna show you guys. So in this video, I'll be introducing unit caps. What that means is you guys know how you can only spawn a certain amount of units at a time, because obviously it would be broken if you could spawn an unlimited amount of units. You would easily be able to beat the waves. So you can spawn a maximum. I chose the number 15 because that's what toilet tower defense has, but you guys can choose whatever number you want. Then there's an enemy counter. You guys know how it's also displayed how many enemies are currently alive. So there's that. So the wave system, the wave system is actually like it properly displays what wave it is and stuff. Like it'll be wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. I've also improved the wave system, so it's actually a proper wave system now. Like after a certain amount of enemies, based on the difficulty you chose. So if you choose easy after like 5 enemies, and if you're still like your gate is still has health and everything, then you'll move to like the next wave and stuff. And I've also made it so that enemies move faster each wave. So the speed won't be the same for each wave. Every wave you survive, the conveyor belt will speed up so that the enemies move along at a much faster rate. So yeah, let's go ahead and get straight into it. So first thing first, we gotta make some changes to the UI as well as add some things. So the only rule, or actually no, it's more so just adding stuff. Yeah, not really changes, nothing, but it's more so, well, no, actually there's one change. So with the money text label, the only thing I want to do with this is just make the size a little bigger. The reason for this is like, look, obviously I doubt a player would ever get like this much money, but like you guys see how it like runs off. We don't want that to happen. So let's just simply just increase the size by a bit. So we could do like 100. Yeah, we could do like 100 instead of 50 and stuff, because like let's just say, for whatever reason the player had like 10,000, right? We could fit all of that, right? So boom. So just increase the size by a little bit, right? Then we're going to I'm going to insert a, I want to say let's do the wave text label first. So I'm going to insert a text label, right? I'm going to drag this to the top in the middle. I'm going to rename this to wave text label, as you probably guess. This is how we're going to display the waves. By default, we want the bold text, the scale text, rich text. You want to set the text to, by default, wave :1, because you're going to start at wave 1. And then we want the text color to be white, but this is optional. You guys can, set it up however way you want, like in terms of like the colors and all that stuff. Then I'm set the background transparency equal to 1. And then I'm going to insert an image label, right? So we're just going to type image label, boom. So again, optional. I would assume you guys will want to use images for this, because that's what that real tower defense games use. But yeah, so I'm just going to drop in the IDs that I have. I don't think you guys can use the same IDs. You probably have to use your own. I don't know, because I don't know if it's the same as like animations and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop that in. So boom, I don't even know what those images are. So I just got these from Google. So I'm gonna make the background transparent, and then I'm gonna make them. You want to make them, very tiny and stuff, right? So like, oh, they're not many. Do 5,000. So like, no, that's actually still too. I think like 25 by 25. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna put it right here next to our hotbar, right? So this is going to be our, I can't remember which one this was. I think this is yeah, this is the enemy. So we're gonna name this to enemy, enemy, I don't know how to spell, Jesus Christ. Enemy image label, right? Then you're gonna duplicate that and then drag it under it, right? And then I'm going to name this one, this is gonna be unit image label. Unit image label. And then of course I'm going to change this so that we have a different image. So this is my image for our units. Then we need the actual text labels to display how much enemies there are currently and how many units the player has. So we're gonna insert another text label, right? We're gonna drag this over. You want the text label to be pretty small because you want it to be right next to it. So I want to say like it's just gonna be a number, so it doesn't really need to be and plus it's not gonna be a big number either. So you can really do probably 50, but like maybe 25. Yeah, I want to say 50 by 25 should be good. So you want to rename this one to, this is enemies. So you're going to say enemy amount text label, right? And then for this, I don't think with this. I remember I did, yeah, transparent background. Sorry, I remember now. Transparent background, you already know, bold text, scale text, rich text by default, no text. Then I think I just went, yeah, wait, text color, white text color, black text show, and then yeah, I believe that was really it. And then we're just gonna duplicate this, drag this under. Oh, I forgot, you can't drag things when you can't see it. I'm gonna make it transparent so I can just move it down. So you want to move right under, then this will be our unit display. So we change it to from enemy amount to unit amount, right? And then boom, just like that, guys, we are done with all of the UI stuff. We can now move on to the scripting, right? So we're gonna open up the core script, the local script, right? And then I'm gonna scroll down not too far. Here we're gonna add in 3 more of these types of functions, right? So as you guys can see, we need to create methods or functions, as to say, to keep track of how many enemies there are, how many enemies there are, and how many units we have, as well as the what wave we're on. Now these functions are just going to update it just so that the player can see it and stuff. The actual functions that are going to keep track of, like, okay, this is how many enemies are alive, and also that'll be handled on the server side. Obviously this is just simply for just like to display it to the player. So we're literally actually just gonna like make this same function just like 3 different times. So you could just copy and paste it, Control C, Control V, Control V, and Control V, right? Let me space this out. So for this, obviously these values won't be in the leader stats because we don't want to display this. So I'm just gonna say player dot unit amount, which is the amount of units you're gonna have. We're gonna create this on the server side when we're done. So you're gonna say unit amount, and then you're going to delete that part, and then you're going to say dot change. Once that changes, we want the unit amount text label to update. So we're going to change this to unit amount text label dot text. We obviously don't want the cash sign. So we're going to say player dot unit amount dot value dot quotation marks / and then you're going to put whatever your max value is and stuff. Obviously the max value to like actually check to make sure that the player doesn't have more than this will be done on the server side, but this is just simply for displaying purposes. So I just went with 15 because that's what Toilet Tower Defense has. So yeah, but you can set that to whatever you want. Moving on to our third function, this is going to be our enemy amount. So we're literally just going to do the same thing, change this to enemy amounts, delete the money portion, right? And then you're going to say enemy amount text label. For this, there can be an unlimited amount of enemies, so we don't need a slash and a maximum. So we're just going to say player dot enemy amount value. And then for the last function, this is for the wave system. So we're going to say player dot current wave. We're going to say player dot current wave, and then delete the money part again. Change, and then we're going to say wave text label is equal to same thing. You're gonna say, well, actually it's gonna be a little different. In quotation marks, put wave colon space dot dot dot. Then you're gonna put player dot current wave that value, right? And then boom, just like that, guys, we are done with the local script. That's literally everything. Now moving on to the server script. Okay, so let me go ahead and open up the core server script, right? And then I'm going to go right here. We're going to create these new values that I mentioned, the unit amount, enemy amount, and the current wave, so we can keep track of all this stuff. And these are the values we're going to use to keep track of it. So you want to create this before our own units, but create this after like our leader stats. So we can really just copy and paste. So just copy, paste, then rename it to unit amount. Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V, right? And obviously we want to parent this to the player. So for this, the unit amount, obviously we're gonna start with 0, then Control V once it, oh, did I mean to do that? Control C, Control V. Then for the second one, it's going to be enemy amount. And then we also want to start with 0. So it's going to look the exact same aside from the names. Then we have our third and final value that we're adding, which is going to be current wave. So current wave, and then for this, obviously we're starting with 1. So current wave, and then boom. Oh, let me do that. Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V, and then we're starting with 1. You just start at wave number 1, right? And then we're going to scroll down here. Right after the unit folders variable, we're going to create a new variable. This is going to be our conveyor speed. So conveyor speed is equal to, then here you're going to put your default speed. So by default I had 15 before, right? So we'll increase the speed based on the wave, and based on like if the player survives the wave and stuff, right? But you can set this to whatever you want. And then I'm going to add a check here. Now here is how we actually check to ensure that the player is not placing more units than they're allowed to. So this is to ensure that they have only a certain amount that we want them to have. So we're going to add the check to say and player.unit amount value is less than 15. And remember, this is where you set your whatever you want your max value to be. So this for me will be 15, so that they won't have any more than 15 units and stuff. And by the way, for anyone wondering, I will add a unit removal system stuff. So like you can sell units for money and stuff, and then it'll go back down, so you're able to place another unit if you want to change. So yeah, I will add that in the future. So after we deduct the money, we also want to add to the we want to add to the unit amount so that we can keep track of it. So player.unit amount, that value is plus equal to 1, right? And then I modified the while loop just a little bit. So for the if statement, right, I don't make no changes to that. And then we have the money value. I don't know what happened to this, so I'm gonna get the sound surface, then say the hit sound. I really have no idea what happened to this guy. I swear I included this in the video before, but for some reason it was gone. If you guys have this, or if you don't care to have a sound effect, then you can ignore it. I really don't know what happened, but yeah. So I just noticed that was gone and I just added it back. So inside of this if statement, pretty much when the enemy has died, we want to deduct it from the enemy amount. So player.enemy amount value is less than equal to 1, and then so that we are done with all the changes for this event, the place unit event. We can then move on to the start wave. There's obviously a lot of new stuff with the start wave event, since like I said, I made improvements and changes to the wave system. So we're gonna create another variable. We're gonna say local wave interval, and I'm gonna explain what this means. So again, we're not gonna assign it a value like the other values. Still, wave interval is just like the other values, is based off of whatever difficulty you chose. I don't know why I named it wave mode. I should have named it wave difficulty, but yeah. Anyway, it's gonna be based off what difficulty. So wave interval, what that means that this will be the set amount of enemies that have to be spawned in before you can move on to the next wave, right? So let's go ahead and set the values, then I'll explain some more. So wave interval, so for easy, I'm gonna say 5. What that means is 5 enemies have to pass, and you still have to be, your gate still has to have health left for you to move on to the next wave and stuff, right? What that means is this value should be increasing like the other values. It should be well, some of them, well, yeah, it depends. Spawn interval obviously decreases, but the wave limit and wave interval obviously will increase and stuff. But like hard, you probably want wave interval to be like 10 and stuff. Like you got to survive 10 enemies. You got to survive 10 enemies spawning quickly at that for you to move on to the next one, right? So then I'm gonna say wave interval for medium is 7, and then wave interval for for hard is 10. And then you guys can set these to whatever you want. You can set the values to whatever you want, right? Then we're gonna go down here. I didn't make any changes there. I did create a new variable, current enemy. So current enemy is equal to 0. So I just want to clarify something. This is not how many total enemies is alive or something and stuff. Remember, that's what this value is for. This is how many enemies are currently alive. What this value is going to keep track of, pretty much, it's going to say this. It's going to start by 0, right? Every time, so I believe the way it works, yeah, every time an enemy is spawned, it's going to increase by 1. Once it's equivalent to the wave interval, it's then going to move to the next wave. So if you're playing this on medium, you're playing the medium difficulty, and if your current enemy value gets to 7, then that means you're going to move on to the next wave. I just want to explain that so people didn't get confused, right? So then I added a, or actually no, I just kind of moved this around. So we're just going to copy this, right? You're going to put this at the beginning because we need to stop the wave system if this happens. So if I is equal to the wave limit and stuff, that means they pretty much died, right? You want to put break here because you just want to, make sure it just stops, like everything just, is just done for after that. So after we create the enemy, we're going to say current enemy plus equal to 1 because of course, obvious reasons and stuff, so that we can allow the wave system to, okay, you have this many amount of enemies and stuff, we can possibly move on to the next wave. And then now to also update how many enemies are currently alive. So player dot enemy unit, or sorry, not unit, amount, that value is plus equal to 1. Both of them are just plus equals. And then after that, we're going to add an if statement down here. So we're going to say if current enemy is equal to wave interval, then that means we're going to move on to the next wave. So we're going to set it back to 0, of course. And then we're going to say player dot current wave, that value is plus equal to 1, moving on to the next wave. And then conveyor speed, we plus equal to whatever value you want to choose. I put 2, but it's whatever value you guys want to choose and stuff. It'll increase, which means the enemies will move a lot faster and stuff. You can also have an if statement that will increase the speed based on what difficulty they chose. And then we just have some minor things to adjust down here. So let me see. Oh, right here. So after an enemy hits the gate, which means they're dead essentially, right? We're gonna say was it after? Oh yeah, I gotta create a player variable. So we're gonna create a variable for the player. So player is equal to game dot players. Then you're just gonna say get children. We can do this because the only player that should be in the server is the player that's actually is just a single player. Because right now the tower defense game is only for single players. Like I'm saying, the one I have made and stuff. So obviously we'll do multiplayer in the future, or maybe, I don't know, hopefully. But we'll say player dot enemy amounts dot value is minus equal to 1 because they're not dead. And then we're just going to change this. So instead of having it as set value, we're going to times this by the conveyor speed, right? Or I guess it would be conveyor multiplier. I guess that would be a better name. But anyway, then let's go ahead and test to make sure everything works. Okay, so make sure you publish your change. Make sure you publish your change because remember we have to actually what's it called? Y'all remember we got to actually go into the actual place to test this. So once you've published it and stuff, remember you have to go to the actual Roblox website, and then you have to, boot. You have to actually boot the game up and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead. I know you guys can see anything right now. I'm about to load up the game, and then I will show you guys. Okay, so right now I am loading in. Okay, there we go. So I've got a server now, and there we go. Okay, and we're back. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna equip my units. I mean, it's not like it really matters, but actually no, it does matter because we actually do need to test to make sure that the wave system and stuff, right? Oh, so I know you guys can see the trade and stuff like that right now. That's gonna be in part. Wait, this is part 7. It's gonna be in part 8 and stuff. So I'll show you guys how to do that. But here's a little quick preview and stuff like that. So I'm gonna show you guys. I can't trade with myself, so I can't really go any further than that. But yeah, so we're gonna hop on the teleporter and stuff. We have to test to make sure that the unit caps work. I can only spawn up to 15 people. Make sure that the enemies, the amount of enemies that are alive is displayed correctly. Make sure that the wave system, like it's going wave 1, wave 2, and that the enemies move faster. But I don't really think, I don't have like way to test that. If anyone, again, if you guys find any bugs, y'all just let me know. Okay. So I'm here, and for some odd reason, unit, dang, I was gonna say there's like, it's weird because there's no voting unit amount. I spelled something wrong. So line 32 of the local script. Okay, well, y'all go. That means we have to go back. So local script line 32. I see. Oh wait, what? 32. Oh, I put units. My bad, guys. Okay, so y'all fix that. Sorry, I gotta boot the thing up again. So y'all fix that, publish it, and then we're gonna come back. I was not expecting to make an issue. I was not expecting to have make an issue. a mistake on the local script. I was expecting more so that's usually what it is. It's usually the server scripts, not the local scripts. But okay. So we're back here, right? Gonna equip all of our units, and then I'm gonna hop on the teleporter, and then it's going to teleport us back. So just let you guys know, if you haven't already seen part, again, I keep forgetting this part. This is part 7, I think. Part 8 will be I don't know what day this is. This video is on Monday. Okay, so part 8 will be on Wednesday, so in 2 days from today and stuff. I didn't want to keep you guys waiting too long with the trade system and stuff. Okay, so once we head over, let's hope we see. Okay, we see the voting. See the voting system. Okay, great. All right, so I'm gonna vote easy, right? There you go. You guys see the enemy system is being displayed correctly. Oh, there we go. Okay, so the enemy system is being displayed correctly, right? So we're gonna wait for the enemies to you guys see. Once they spawn in, it updates. Once they die, it's set back to 0, and then you guys see it's spawning in. It's showing how many units I currently have spawned. Now let's go ahead and just test to ensure that what's it called? I can only spawn up to 15. So I'm gonna just wait. That's what I'm gonna I'm really just wait. I have to wait until I get enough money because I can't, buy them. So everything seems to be working. Everything seems to be working great. Okay, so boom. And then let me wait. I gotta spawn like. Oh, and also the wave system is also working, as you guys can see. It's perfect. Move to wave 2, and it'll probably move to wave 3 or wave 4 by the time we finish testing. Yeah. So, boom. Okay, I just need to test. I gotta spawn 5 more and then see if I'm able to spawn another one. Boom, boom. Okay. Not gonna lie, this is taking forever. I probably should have chose the hard difficulty. Now that I really think about it, I should have honestly chose the hard difficulty. Okay, there we go. 13. Okay, one more enemy is all it takes, and boom. Okay, I got 14. Okay, no, I lied. One more. We should be moving to wave 3 any second now. There we go. Wave 3. Okay, so boom, 15. Okay, so now I'm currently at the max. Now let's wait to see for one more enemy so I can have enough money to purchase another unit. Boom. Okay, I can't spawn any more units and stuff. Yep, there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely leave a like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support you guys been showing our channel. I really do appreciate it. We're already on the way to 11K after hitting 10K. Hope you guys have enjoyed. As always, if you guys find any bugs or any issues or anything, let me know in the comments and I'll address those in future videos and future parts and stuff. And yeah, just keep showing the series love, and I will continue to keep the series up. Trading system is next, by the way. And yeah, see you guys in the next video. Bye.